This resolution recognizing 50 years of the Commission on the Status of Women and Girls and declaring March 2025 Women's History Month in San Luis Obispo County. Whereas on May 5th, 1975, by resolution number 75-347, the San Luis Obispo County Commission on the Status of Women was established by the County of San Luis Obispo Board of Supervisors, including Supervisors Heilman, Williford, Cupper, Mankins, and Krysia, to address women's equity and improve opportunities for women and girls in the county. And whereas recognizing the evolving needs of society, the Commission expanded its designation in 2021 to include girls, ensuring that the perspectives and needs of young women are represented while continuing its longstanding commitment to advocating for women's equity. And whereas for 5 decades, the Commission has been instrumental in shaping policies that support women, women's equity, raising awareness on key issues, and expanding opportunities for women and girls throughout San Luis Obispo County. And whereas the Commission provides an annual report to the Board of Supervisors, conducts women issue surveys to assess challenges faced by women and girls, and advises county leadership on policies and programs that promote women's equity. And whereas the Commission organizes and supports programs such as the Women's Wall of Fame, which honors outstanding women in the community, and the Latina Empowerment Roundtable, which provides a platform for Latina women and girls to connect and access resources. Whereas the Commission also leads initiatives such as the financial literacy programs, leadership development efforts, personal hygiene and product drive to support women in need, reinforcing its commitment to addressing economic and social challenges faced by women and girls. And whereas the Commission has played a key role in raising awareness and advocating for policy changes on issues such as domestic violence, pay equity, child care access, and reproductive rights to ensure that the voices of women and girls are heard and acted upon at the county level. And whereas the Commission's 50th anniversary during Women's History Month highlights the historical and ongoing contributions of women in shaping society and advancing equity, aligning with the month's purpose of recognizing women's achievement and progress. Now, therefore, be it resolved and ordered that the Board of Supervisors of San Luis Obispo County, State of California, does hereby recognize the 50th anniversary of the San Luis Obispo County Commission on the Status of Women and Girls and proclaims March 2025 as National Women's History Month.
Good morning. My name is Deb Gieslin. I live in Napomo, and I am a commissioner for District 4. Today, we come together with deep respect and pride, not only to celebrate International Women's Day and Women's History Month, but also to mark 50 years of dedicated service by the San Luis Obispo County Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. It's fitting to look back at the history of this journey. In 1908, 15,000 women took to the streets of New York City in a historic march, demanding shorter hours to work, fair pay, and the end of child labor. That march set the tone for generations that followed. As we fast forward to the latter part of the 20th century, the President's Commission on the Status of Women was created by President John F. Kennedy's executive order, which he signed on December 14, 1961. The commission was established to advise the President of the United States on women's issues, and President Kennedy appointed Eleanor Roosevelt as the first chair of that commission. This pivotal moment marked the evolution of these ideals into a global movement. International Women's Day, celebrated every March 8th, gained worldwide prominence when the United Nations began sponsoring it in 1975. By March 1980, President Jimmy Carter officially marked March 8th as the start of National Women's History Week, a key moment that eventually paved the way for Women's History Month. By 1987, Congress had expanded this recognition to the entire month of March, and every president since has proclaimed March as Women's History Month. The history of the San Luis Obispo County Commission on the Status of Women began with the vision of Carol McPhee Norton, a local housewife and mother who was inspired by the feminist movement of the early 1970s. And I think we're very fortunate to have Carol here today, if she could stand. Sorry. Along with Mary Gale Black, a local political activist, she combined feminist idealism with political activism, and together they rallied women from across the county, launching a campaign that led to the creation of the San Luis Obispo County Commission on the Status of Women. On May 5th, 1975, the San Luis Obispo County Commission on the Status of Women was officially established by Resolution 75347. The presiding supervisors who voted on adopting this resolution were Supervisors Heilman, District 1, Williford, District 2, Cooper, District 3, Mankins, District 4, and Krysia, District 5, casting a 3-2 decision, all from an entirely male board. 50 years later, we have now progressed to have women in active leadership on our County Board of Supervisors. The official advisory group of the Board of Supervisors was established with a clear mission: to identify issues affecting women in our community, to provide valuable input to county officials, and to work collaboratively with other organizations to address the evolving needs of women throughout our communities. As we move forward, by 2021, it became clear that the Commission's designation needed to evolve to reflect its full scope. Recognizing the importance of addressing the unique perspectives and contributions of young women, the Commission expanded its mandate to include girls in its name. Effective August 10th, 2021, by resolution, the San Luis Obispo County Commission on the Status of Women was renamed the San Luis Obispo Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. In this spirit, we stand together today, celebrating our history and the remarkable achievements of the past decades. We honor the early leaders whose vision and courage laid the groundwork for our journey. It is with deep gratitude we acknowledge and honor all commissioners who have served on the commission from 1975 to 2025. Their efforts and commitment have built the foundation upon which we continue our work today. Now, to bring you up to date with the current activities of our commission, it's my pleasure to introduce Carol Chenot, Commissioner for District 4.
Thank you, Supervisors. Thank you, Commissioner Gieslin. Most of what I want to say has been covered in the resolution, and that is what we've been working on. And the efforts that we've made in the last 50 years can be kind of summarized by the efforts that we're focused on now, and that is to meet the physical, emotional, societal needs of women and girls in the county. And there are 5 specific approaches or programs that we've been working on in the last couple of years. One is the Latina Empowerment Roundtable that definitely addresses the societal needs and the emotional needs and the physical needs of Latina women and girls in our county. We had a presentation about the results of that roundtable, which happened last year. We had a presentation just last week at our commission meeting, and it was inspiring to hear how grateful they were for the funding that we were able to give them. On the leadership side, we have been focused on developing capacity within our commission and beyond, and that is by providing leadership tools and resources to commissioners and those people that we work with. We've invested in professional growth and leadership classes, ensuring some strong governance and dynamic leadership within our commission. The personal hygiene and product drive is something that we feel strongly about, and that it just boils down very simply to what are some of the physical needs that women and girls in our community need. And it goes without saying that there are some of those hygiene products that aren't available to everyone on a regular basis. So we took it a step further, and we're providing diapers to organization within the county, Lifeline Pregnancy, free of charge. And so starting with infancy all the way up through teens and young women, the personal hygiene and product effort goes on. The financial literacy, we very proudly funded financial literacy workshops. And then the legacy of service funding has also been directed towards 3 distinct organizations. We had some grant funds that we could donate to separate organizations. They applied for those funds, and we vetted those organizations and were able to distribute those funds. So your continued support, including the generous community project grant that was provided by you, our Board of Supervisors, and additional statewide funding sources like the California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. This has been critical to us being able to achieve these meaningful efforts. So as we move forward, particularly as we're celebrating our 50th anniversary, we remain committed to our mission of advocating for equality and supporting women and girls across San Luis Obispo County. We deeply appreciate your ongoing partnership and your shared dedication to these important causes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Any other public comment on this item? Okay, seeing none, I'll close public comment and I will bring it back to the board and for their comments. Okay, Supervisor Gibson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's a wonderful day to celebrate this. I've always been struck by the energy that the commission shows, and more than just energy, the direction of that energy to help women and girls and raise their voices in our county. You go out and you find out what's on the minds of women, what they need, and then you act on it. And so all the outreach that you've done, all the specific programs that you've encountered are just really a testament to a wonderful, positive attitude. I'm pleased to have some former commissioners. I've always been tremendously proud of District 2's representation on the commission and Paula's leadership over many, many years. And so I wish you a wonderful next 50, 150, for as long as we're here. We need you. Thank you so much.
Supervisor Paulding.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll echo those comments. Really appreciate the work of all of the commissioners. I know that you volunteer your time and you go over and above, especially in the way that you've obtained grants, not only to create new opportunities like the Latina Women Roundtable, which is really important in today's day and age, but the work that you do in human trafficking, even to the small stuff, the hygiene products and so forth. And so thank you especially to my District 4 commissioners, not to brag on who has the best commissioner, but to Carol, really appreciate you, and Deb, of course, your long service on the commission, and Kathy, a former District 4 commissioner, for being here. Oh, and another one who I haven't met. Thank you for being here. Oh, okay, Deanna. Yes, Deanna. Yes. We have met before. Nice to see you again. Anyhow, so thank you to all the women in the room that do the work that you do, and of course to my colleagues on the board who I have the pleasure of serving with. Glad to see that we have representation with this political body, and of course to Rita, we'll be celebrating you in a little bit. Thanks.
Supervisor Moreno.
Thank you. Echo all of those comments, and I would like to, I'm pleased that both Commissioners Arenas and Commissioner and Vice Chair Kessler stayed on board. And District 5 does need one more appointee. So if you know of a woman in the 5th District who is passionate about supporting women and girls, have her come my way. Thanks.
Supervisor Prashad.
Congratulations on the 50 years. It's a great commission. And I would like to add that right now, currently, District 1 has 2 vacancies. This is my 8th year in office. I've put a number of people on this board, and they've really enjoyed it, and they've done, I think, a great job. But we do have the 2 vacancies. So if anybody is listening or here in the room that would like to be on this commission, if living in District 1, which is North San Luis Obispo County, I please get in touch with my office, and I'd love to appoint you to this commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisors. I'm going to quickly open public comment one more time for Fernanda Lucas, who just got here. And if you would like to, please come forward, Fernanda. This item, is that you wanted to speak on, the Women's Commission?
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes.
Okay, yes, please, go ahead.
So good morning, Board of Supervisors and guest speakers. I would like to take, my name is Fernanda Lucas, and I'm the Program Director for the Promotores Collaborative of San Luis Obispo County. And I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the San Luis Obispo County Commission on the Status of Women for awarding a Promotores Collaborative a mini grant of $2,500 to build capacity in February 10, 2025. I'm also thrilled to share that just last Saturday, the Congressman Jimmy Pineda recognized the work in the community, which was a tremendous honor and a testament for our impact and efforts. So I want to thank and recognize the Woman of Status woman to support our continued work. And for those who don't know who are the promotores, so the promotores were, since 2013, our commitment has been clear to empower and support a healthier community through the education and appropriate resources. Our team of community health workers, known as the promotores, is the backbone of this effort. We provide services ranging from educational sessions to linguistic interpretation in Spanish and Mixteco, ensuring that everyone has access to vital information to live healthier and fuller lives. Our services are focused on the monolingual Hispanic community, but we do not reject anyone. And we also provide English services in English. Our promotores work tirelessly to educate, connect, and enrich our communities. They organize and facilitate educational programs, including disease prevention, financial literacy, and more. They overcome obstacles such as technological and transportation barriers to connect people with essential services and help them navigate complex health systems and community resources. From July 2024 to February 2025, we have reached an impressive 6,102 community members. Notably, 90% of our reach are women, 5% are men, and 5% LGBTQ plus individuals. One of our biggest challenges we face is funding, but despite it, we recognize the women's and status of women for supporting our work in the community. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to continue our work together. Thank you.
Thank you, Fernanda. I'm so glad you were able to make it here, because I think it's a perfect representation of how the Women's Commission actually goes out and permeates the community and plants these seeds that really do the kinds of things. And first, I just want to thank the commissioners, past and present, for all you do for our county. I know how much work this is, and your passion towards it and your effort to continually give back to the community and bring this camaraderie together as women, and doing it for all, because it does impact the entire community and society. And so we're very proud of your work, and really the data shows exactly what this is coming out. We have a higher increase of labor force participation. We have exponential educational attainment that's happened over these years. We have significant growth in incomes, and all of it has this incredible positive economic impact on our society as a whole. So we're very proud, and want to thank you all for being here, and just, continue to do your work, and we will continue to support you. So thank you.